there's two major arguments for deflation here, and one is technology, the other one is demographics, right? So you kind of addressed the demographic argument, which is, you're not going to have enough people out there producing the goods that we need, but the innovation or technology aspect might fill that gap or even improve it, right? So how do you respond to that other major argument on the other side of this?
Yeah, I think it's the best argument against inflation, honestly. And I know it's fun to beat on Kathy Woods right now, and I've done my share of that. But I think she should be taken seriously, because that is, the only way out, if there is one to me, is some sort of technological miracle. The one she would highlight, like, what's the expected return now? 50% a year?
Between 40 and 80%. Now it just gets bigger and bigger
every
from
day,
when she last
But
announced,
you need to make a case like that, where we're going to have this squeeze on if you think of your production function as labor and capital, with a either residual or some sort of interaction term for technological progress, that needs to pick up the slack if we want to maintain price stability. And I'm not a technology economist or productivity economist. It's a very complicated question. It just seems odd to me that it would just pick up, I can see the squeeze in the L in the function. Maybe not. To me, it seems that COVID, I know there were these hopes that, COVID is going to unleash this great productivity boom. Hard to see why. If anything, everything's more complicated. Try boarding on a plane these days, or, life in general is harder with COVID. So I see that actually as a negative for productivity.
Moving goods is just as difficult as moving human beings these days, for sure.
Well, the other thing, like the big argument for technology being deflationary is automation, right?
Right.
And we see this all the time, right? Everywhere you go nowadays, their companies are highly motivated to automate as many dimensions of the business as possible, especially as cost of labor has started to increase, and availability of labor in many fields has started to be scarce. But then it begs the question, what happens to these displaced workers, either at the nearing the end of their careers, who are unlikely going to be repackaged into software engineers or healthcare support workers, right? Maybe you're going to repackage truckers into orderlies, right? It's not that there's no potential for some of this, but most of it is hard and complicated. And at the low skill, just starting work stage, the typical labor working at Starbucks or working at the grocery store or what have you, when you go to the grocery store now, you check out your own groceries. When there's a huge kerfuffle in Canada right now, one of the big health food takeout places has started. They deployed a cashier that's now on a screen, and they video in from Guadeloupe, and so they don't need to hire somebody like a high cost person in Toronto to stand at the cash. They can check out at the counter using, lower cost labor in Central America or Latin America, and then just go get the salad that they wanted on the shelf, right? So we're already sort of seeing this, and the question becomes, well, that's fine. Certainly we can automate away a wide variety of jobs, but then where are these people deriving their income from, and where is the demand coming from if nobody has jobs? So unless we sort of re-engineer society to support some of this displaced labor, then there's a pretty substantial demand gap that is building in the economy. So that certainly is maybe deflationary in the short term, but it raises larger societal and political issues in the intermediate term.